Hey guys, and welcome back to Rob's Arcade. I am your host, Rob French, and it is Friday. So you know what that means. It is time for an episode of New Game Friday here on Rob's Arcade. Now, New Game Friday, just to reiterate, does not necessarily mean this is a new game or a new title. It simply means that this is a new game or a new title in my library. Or perhaps a game I just haven't done a video on yet. You'll never know. Today we're going to be focusing our attention on Predator Hunting Grounds. Now before I jump into the video game here, I am going to talk to you just a little bit and bore you a tad with me rambling a bit about the Predator. Now, not only is it Friday, but it is the first day of October, and we are jumping into horror movie month from last month's Sci-Fi September. Now, I like to do Sci-Fi September. I feel like it's a great way to segue into horror movies. So many science fiction movies are also scary. Get some cool time travel movies, some cool action movies in there as well. And then you can kind of, like I said, bridge the gap into the horror movie month with certain titles, like, in my opinion, Alien and Species, and even Predator, for that matter. Got the little targeting sequence there. Now, a lot of people would actually probably consider Predator to be more of a just an action sci-fi film. This kind of reminds me of the screen for Friday the 13th, which is pretty funny. Now, I think a lot of people would kind of say in their opinion that, like I said, Predator is more of an action sci-fi film, and it definitely starts off that way, but I feel like it's one of those films that kind of transitions from the sci-fi action genre into the sci-fi horror genre. Terminator is also very similar in that aspect. Both movies also star Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I would definitely say that both franchises also drive towards the action side as the franchises progress. I think films like Alien, Critters, and those kind of sci-fi movies are just creepy and scary in general because you're kind of being hunted and picked off. Very similar to how Jason and Michael Myers might pick you off one by one. But, you know, Terminator, and I'm going to talk about that just for a second too, starts off very sci-fi with the cybernetic creatures, men, robots, cyborg things coming from the future, liquid metal, whatever they are, via time travel, and it's all very sci-fi and action driven. At some point, and I think for me, it slowly starts to happen as the Terminator gets picked off by bullets and explosions. For the most part, he's just shooting up police stations and a lot of gunplay. But at some point, and especially for me, when the fire truck explosion happens and he actually the Terminator emerges from the flames as a skeleton, to me, that movie just immediately takes on a horror genre aspect, if you will, because it's like, you can't really think of anything. It's almost like a skeleton emerges from the flames of hell. The only thing to me that could be more terrifying than some skeleton emerging from the flames of hell is if it were like some indestructible metal skeleton hell-bent on destroying me and me alone. So for me, like I said, the Terminator definitely took on a horror aspect. Now, the Predator was the very same way. It kind of starts off very action-y. You've got like every huge blockbuster action dude in one film all going out into the jungle, and then one by one they're kind of picked off again by this Predator, and that to me kind of takes on this scary essence where it goes from just kind of just a standard really action movie. There's not a whole lot of sci-fi in the movie to begin with. Excuse me. Then all of a sudden, these guys start getting picked off. It kind of reminds me of the sequel to The Hills Have Eyes, not the original, but the sequel to the reboot, where it's not like extreme dirt bike guys going out into the flats in the desert, getting picked off by these mutants. It's like a military on like a training exercise out in the deserts getting picked off by these mutants. And to me, that was always really scary because, I mean, like, if these trained military guys can't take out the threat, what chance do any of us have? And to me, Predator holds that very same idea where it's not even just some guys out in the field on a training exercise. These are trained mercenaries with tours under their belt and multiple kills under their belt, and have already survived one deadly challenge in the beginning of the movie, and now they're getting picked off. And to me, that was always scary. It's like, oh my gosh, how are there's no way any of these guys are going to be able to survive any of this. So to me, finishing up Sci-Fi September, moving into October, Predator seemed like a good choice. Being New Game Friday, and this game being available on PS Plus right now, PlayStation Plus. If you don't have PlayStation Plus, guys, I recommend it. It's not very expensive. They charge you a few times out of the year. It's kind of like any other subscription service you might have. Give you tons of free games every month. Changes every month. It's never the same game. Always something fun, some kind of action, some kind of puzzle thing. Give you choices, give you options. They're free all month long. Why not take advantage? So if you don't have PS Plus, you like playing video games, go ahead, download it now. Also makes your hair look great. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll jump into a little private match and see what this is all about here. Alright, so it looks like choices here of different gotcha. You get your different locations here, and then choice of whether you want to clash or hunt. Let's go ahead, we'll just do this. Now, does this have to be played online? Is this something I can only play online with other people? Tips and tricks. Up, up, down, down, left, right. Fire team member. Model, just because you see the predator doesn't mean they see you. Gotcha, okay. Alpha Bot, Bravo Bot, Charlie Bot, Delta Bot, Bravo Bot. Oh man. Yeah, Predator was a movie I never really, don't really think I owned it growing up. Nowadays I feel like you own like all the big action movies. That was one we rented all the time. Predator's not coming for you. Alright, so right now I'm the Predator. Oh, okay. Well, this is cool. So one is and dismount. So he'll automatically just kind of run around and jump around. Okay, this is kind of cool. Cloaked and invisible there. Is this one of those things that's only going to have like a certain amount of power before it dissipates? Yeah, the Predator was one of those things. I don't know if you guys, remember video stores very much. Oh, okay, I got a radar here. Okay, very cool. But this was one of those, like, when we were growing up, you had the 5 movies for like $5.99, 5 nights. And I feel like, if there was ever 4 movies and we were like, I wasn't really sure, like, what else do I want to get? What other movie do I want to pick up? I always felt like Predator was one of those movies that would just kind of like round out the selection there. Let's see, circle to dismount. Oh, double tap, there we go. Oh, interesting, alright. Next jumps there. Oh, the thunder just started outside, so that's kind of creepy. Okay, so this has like low energy, I guess, at some point. Alright. Oh, it's a sighting. Okay. Awesome. Well, my wife is texting me. 1 second. Hold on, guys. Let's see here. She's at Disney today. Hanging out for a little bit. She's always at Disney. And I'm always here hanging out with you guys. Can you hop up here? Oh. That's weird. How do I get... Let's see here. Is that a bunch of bodies hanging from the tree right there? Blood dripping down? Definitely looks like it. Oh, very cool. Yeah, okay, so... And see, something to me that also kind of screams like the horror aspect of Predator is the fact that, there's not only like blood and everything in these movies, as far as like the action goes, but like, completely like skinning bodies alive and stuff like that. It's just absolutely crazy to me. I remember seeing that as a kid, and just like that was something that I might see in a horror film, but not necessarily something I would see like in an action movie, And I'm guessing this is basically what the Predator did until Arnold and his guys decided to show up. Fuck. weapons. Oh, interesting. Now what happens if I head down there? Can I then pick up your body and like claw you?
That ain't human.
Oh. Oh, this is so cool, actually. Oh, what was that thing? Okay, so Predator used to always like mimic whatever he was after too. Like they would say something or laugh. Danny boy, Danny boy. Shit, there's a bunch of them everywhere.
Spread out! Search the area! Fuck! It's us or the jungle. Either way, you're fucked!
Either way,
Okay, that's the shot, so you can also do the healing. Okay, okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to figure all this out here, you know. Let's see. There's one more right there. Oh shoot. So, come on. Sweet. Alright, there we go. Now, I did a video just recently where I talked about some of the similarities and how they could have like bridged the two worlds between the Terminator and the Predator. If you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. And I think if you, you know, if you watch the video, you'll get what I'm saying and see how there was definitely some missed opportunities with these two franchises. And like I said, the fact that both of them also kind of emulate these horror motifs within the franchise, especially in the beginning of the franchise, to me definitely feels like it would work in terms of a crossover between the two franchises, being Terminator and the Predator. How do I get over there? That's what I'm wondering. This is pretty much what he was doing until all the wrestlers showed up in the first movie here. I also feel like the Predator was one of those designs in the film that just worked right away. I was talking about certain characters that you don't really need a backstory. You have to really know where they come from. Just a visual of them speaks leaps and bounds, and this is definitely one of those characters, in my opinion. Others being characters like, you know, Darth Vader. When we first see Darth Vader on screen, it's pretty intense. And you don't need a whole lot of backstory. I feel like there's got to be somebody left over here, right? How do I... Is that Dutch? Is that the ultimate goal? Oh, wait. Here's somebody. Where are you? I see you. That's something else too. It's like this is one of those movies my friends and I, we just love to quote growing up. I see you. Oh, what is this here? Oh, leap. No way. You've got to be... Okay. Well, see now. That makes sense. Well, let me see when I get over here then. I got 3 minutes. Huh. Oh. Oh, come on. That's not right. Dude's got up, so I can't get over there. Let's see, we just follow this road along. Just trying to figure this out, guys. Just trying to figure this out. So far, I mean, I like the gameplay. I like the controls. Oh, this is cool. Alright. This reminds me here of the scene where Dutch in the first movie actually falls into the oh. Whoa. Actually falls into the waterfall there. This is wicked. He's making the noises. Oh wait, is he over here? Is he hidden in the mud? Is that why I can't find him? Come out. That is so weird you can't jump over there. He's onto something though. You hear him? He's onto something, man. He's like... This is I've also got some pretty cool comics with the Predator. I have one, if you feel like, you know, I'm talking about Terminator versus Predator and all this stuff. If you feel like that's a lot, I have one comic book. It's actually Alien versus Predator versus Batman versus Superman. Yeah. Alright guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. The Prey escaped. Let's go ahead, I'll come back in a little bit and we'll do a little bit more Predator in just a second.